Chapter 2. Breaking through the wall and not looking back. In the school there was one rule. All Sky Tower disciples were allowed to be challenged once every 5 days, though they could at most be 3 levels higher or they were allowed to decline. The winner then be able to gain contribution points, while the loser will have points deducted. Contribution points are also known as main gate contribution points. In the Sky Tower, contribution points are equivalent to money. If you have enough contribution points, you could exchange them for anything you want, cheats or weapons from the main gate logistics department. Points can also be exchanged for gold and silver, but generally speaking, these contributions were hard-won, and the disciples were generally reluctant to exchange them for that. There were also many different ways to obtain these points. You can exchange them through the treasure hunt, completing tasks, etc. The most common way to earn contribution points was to challenge others. The duels were to test their strength against other disciples, and if they won, they earned contribution points. So early in the morning, and many people crowded around Yang Kai, it was like staring at a ripe persimmon about to fall. Yang Kai's name in the school could be considered famous, not only because he carried the identity of a trial disciple, but also because he was still in Sky Terrace. Also, every time someone challenged him, he lost. Yang Kai naturally remembered what the commotion was. Today is the 5th day of the last challenge. They who didn't challenge him previously could now. Who isn't jealous? It was basically free contribution points. Although the points gained were not large, it was still enticing, thus many people still came. In position, Yang Kai shouted out 2 words, "Please instruct!" That being said, anyone knew that Yang Kai was in for another beating. Yang Kai was always the first to attack. Even with his thin body, he would always put out an amazing fight, taking a step towards Zhu Dingjun and then punch to the chest. Afterwards, a simple and direct attack, then a tiger fist. His attacks were strong, and it felt like all of his energy was in his attacks. In the school, all disciples had to learn the Shaolin Fist. This fist was well known, a basic move to keep disciples in shape and start them off. Zhou Dingjun didn't panic because he was stronger than his opponent by 2 levels. Sadly, this battle didn't hold any suspense. Yang Kai's fist was seen coming and easily dodged by that burly body. Grazing past his clothes, Zhu Ding was unharmed. Punching again, Yang Kai was easily countered and hit in his solar plexus. Suppressing the pain, Yang Kai quickly retreated and avoided Zhu Ding's 3rd strike. Hey! This surprised Zhu Ding. He hadn't thought that his 3rd-stage brother could actually react fast enough. With this, his future plans were disrupted. But this small error didn't affect the situation. Thinking quickly, Zhu Ding took to the occasion to catch Yang Kai unaware. Unaware, Yang Kai suddenly kicked his right foot forward. Seeing the shadow rapidly approaching, Zhu Ding saw his indomitable spirit, whilst executing a Shaolin fist. Crap! His heart jumped. Although he had higher cultivation, he was inferior to Yang Kai's battle experience. But what would it matter? Even if he couldn't dodge, he would take it head-on. 2 light chuckles were heard. Then Yang Kai fell backwards, while Zhu Ding was still standing. If his opponent was at the same cultivation as him, he would have been the one to fall. Others couldn't see the fists, but they clearly felt it. This disciple was too fast, so in other words, he first hit himself, then the opponent. But it was only his fist that was powerful. This body and health were all too frail, with skinny arms, legs, and body. Malnutrition was very obvious, thus resulting in this ending. Senior, you let me win. This battle left quite a bitter result in Zhu Dingjun's heart. Although he won, he didn't feel as if he had won. To the side, many whispers could be heard. This person thought he won? Doesn't that mean he didn't know of Yang Kai's reputation and challenged him? This is really too hilarious. Zhu Ding furrowed his brow, for really didn't know of Yang Kai's reputation. He had heard people talking about him, so today, when he saw many people crowding around, he decided to participate too, and was super lucky to be chosen. Could you not win? His own fist made him go flying, thus making him at a supreme disadvantage. According to the gate rules, he had already lost. Again! After this thought, Yang Kai yet stood up again, and without the slightest hesitation, but with an even more intense spirit. Without waiting for an answer, Yang Kai charged over. 3 feet away, he swept his foot towards Zhu Ding's legs in an attempt to topple him. A leg whip! The school had disciples cultivate various martial arts. Yet Yang Kai's application of them far surpassed his peers, even though he knew fewer techniques. So you could use a leg whip here. Then without notice, Yang Kai went flying away again. With 2 realms apart, also a gap in physical fitness, Yang Kai was once again defeated. His attack on Zhu Ding's leg had clearly wounded his own bones, making him falter slightly. Again, he said while clenching his teeth and eyes full of determination. Ping! Yang Kai flew away again. Again! Ping! Yang Kai flew away again. Those who couldn't watch any longer had left, while the ones who stayed marveled. Yang Kai, this guy had real tenacity. No matter how many times he's beaten down, he just gets back up. He won't let it go. Hearing these words, Zhu Ding felt really bitter. He hadn't imagined that his opponent was such a crazy person. So Yang Kai was sent flying another 7 or 8 times. His face was swollen, his eyes were black, staggering around and breathing quite heavily. But he still continued to persist and continue fighting. Finally, Zhu Ding exclaimed, "Are you crazy? Throw down the towel or you'll die.